Hi everyone, it's the day after I put the gearbox back in and we're out for our first drive. So if you're thinking of putting in a Quaife LSD, yeah, well, my first impressions are when you first drive off, it doesn't really feel any different. It just drives off like a normal car, but now as soon as I sort of get on the gas a little bit, it really feels that you can feel the steering wheel sort of pulling itself straight, like it wants to pull in the direction both wheels want to go. That's the first sort of impression that I've noticed with it. So we're just coming up here, we're coming up to a few twisties, so we just want to see what the thing feels like pushing it harder around a few corners, if it wants to pull itself straight. So we get on the gas here, you can really feel it like pull now towards there. It wants to oversteer a lot more than understeer now. Like you can feel that there, mid-corner. If I get on it, it's really darting over to the right-hand side, sorry, the left-hand side. So there. Yeah, so the first impressions, it feels really good. For the price of them, they're not an overly expensive LSD, and they're a maintenance-free LSD, which I think is a great thing too. So you just put them in, put your standard gearbox oil in, and forget about it. So yeah, so initially I haven't done any really hard corners. It's a bit hard to out the road the same way you sort of experience on a racetrack, because where this is going to benefit is the slow in, fast out corners. So you're coming in into sort of second gear and you need to get on at full gas to go into a sort of a straight, and that's where I'm getting a lot of wheel spin. That's the area which I want to improve. So for that, I feel what's going to happen is mid-corner you're going to have to be aware of it, because it will start to, like I said, it will want to pull towards the apex of the corner, with both wheels gripping the way they are now. So it'll take a little bit to get used to. Like I might find out where I'd normally think, oh yeah, it'll understeer a little bit, now it'll want to oversteer. So about oversteer is better than understeer. I'd rather it oversteer and grip through the front end, and the back end can just follow. So because that's the best part of a front wheel drive car, is you want the front wheels to pull the car through the corner and in the direction you want to go. And once the LSD is doing its job, that's what it's going to do. It's going to really grab that front end and pull it into the corner. So we'll see if we can find a few more tight turns up here. Now while we've got no one behind us, the road here is a little bit wet, so let's do a launch and see how it behaves. So what it did then, it just lit up both front tyres and kind of did like that little ice skating effect where it sort of goes back and forth, because it's instead of just one wheel spinning and it just sort of driving sort of reasonably straight, the LSD is lighting up both wheels and it's sort of struggling where to put its power. But that's what I want to do. As soon as the second gear just gripped up and went, then it didn't wheel spin anymore or anything like that. So that's a good thing too. So we'll try and find a few, like I said, a few tighter corners. It's a little bit damp. It's been raining here in Sydney overnight, so, and as soon as you feel that up mid-corner, you can really feel the thing pulling where I want it to go. So it's basically now it's just got the type of confidence where it just point and shoot. You steer where you want it to go. You don't have to worry about it understeering, wheel spinning. It just does what I want the car to do now. So we're doing about 60, so we'll just give it a bit of a hit through this bit. So as soon as you feel the VTEC kick in, it really drives the front wheels where you want them to go. So do another corner here. There's definitely a different sensation to the open diff. So and also while I'm doing this this review on the diff, the Compbrake brakes that I've got on it, I've had to change the pads. I had to put a set of EBC red stuff pads in it to stop them squealing. The Hawk, I think they were Hawk pads on the other ones were just squealing non-stop. Didn't matter what sort of speed you went, it just squealed. But these have got so much more initial bite. Like when I first stepped the brakes like that, it just throws me into the bloody straight towards the steering wheel. It really hooks up now. Whereas I found the original Honda brakes have got a little bit vague. You got a bit of a soft-ish pedal feel, and it wasn't until you really stood on them that they actually started to do anything. So I feel for the money, that was a pretty good upgrade. And like I said, we're not going to know. Bit out of the corner there. We're not going to know until we hit the track. The track's going to be the best thing to show how the brakes are performing, how the LSD is performing, and all that sort of stuff as well. So I'm hoping to try and book another session out at London towards the end of the month, maybe, or early December. Just depends if I get time. I'm definitely racing on the 17th of November, so there'll be a video up of the White Line Tarmac Rally series after that, maybe a week or so later. Yeah, if you watch the whole how to fit your LSD, I know it was a long video, but I didn't want to sort of, you can hear my brakes squealing anyway, but I didn't want to leave too much out of it. So it's a long video, I know, but I wanted to be fairly in depth and show everybody exactly what to do. Know what happened there, or what do I do with that bit, sort of thing. So I know it's a long video and it won't be for everybody to watch, but while I'm doing the job, I might as well show how it's done. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, I'm pretty impressed with this so far. Like I said, the best thing's going to be out on the track. Okay, what we're going to do up here, it's very hard to, like I said, do a real hard corner. So what I'm going to do is do a U-turn, but give it quite a bit of gas in first gear as we turn around, and we'll just see how the car behaves. So here we go. So you can see there, just puts the power down pretty much straight away. Now, if that was before, because I'm still running the old RE003 tyres on this thing, which are a couple of year old, they're quite hard, and it would have just lit up one wheel all the way through second gear, just by doing that. Whereas even in first gear, then it was putting the power down to the ground, and you could sort of see the steering wheel twitching and trying to like get the thing to go where I wanted to point it. So that's exactly what you want an LSD to do. It's a shame this year model didn't come out with it, but I can understand why. Like, they're not for everybody, and a lot of the reasons why Honda and stuff like that don't put them in from the factory is because people can get themselves into trouble with them. Like, you take off a bit hard from lights and you're not really paying attention, and the thing wants to dart one way because the LSD is trying to pull you in that type of direction, and it can get people to oversteer when they're going through a corner, whereas the safest thing for people, for a road car, is to have a little bit of understeer built into the thing, so that you're more likely to veer away from the traffic rather than pull into it on the other lane. So, and it's cheaper too. That's why they put an open diff and everything. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, I do think the Quaife LSD is the best bang for buck. Like I said, they're £500 in the UK to buy one, which I think is a pretty good deal. They've got a pretty good reputation for building LSDs, and you never have to rebuild it, you just put it in and away you go, sort of thing. So anyway, check out some of my other videos, and hope to see you on the next video. Cheers, take care, bye.